The place is rammed. The weather has put off nobody. Capio, who's really been an excellent addition for Arsenal this season, as has Mosquera when he's been fit. Given Arteta viable alternatives in his defensive personnel. Interesting position for Liam Delap, isn't it? He's definitely, Sanchez will be okay here. There are a few oohs from the Arsenal faithful. But it's an interesting place where Liam Delap finds himself.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, that, but I just feel that probably Liam Rossini's looked at it and gone, well, if I start with those two like this, and we're chasing the game, I don't have to bring anybody on. I can put Delap up front with Pedro.
Cucurella was knocked over off the ball. Play goes on. Enzo Fernandez to João Pedro, ran into Saliba. He's certainly got, if you're looking for a midfielder of the season, you've got three strong contenders here in Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo and Declan Rice.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why these two clubs are such big clubs, bringing in top players, and I have to say Rice has been absolutely outstanding for England and for Arsenal. Moises Caicedo is now fulfilling that price tag that he had to drag along with him.
Chalobah with the long ball downfield, and Capier's header falls to Martinelli. And here is Jurrien Timber. Back to Saliba. It's interesting, isn't it? Last season, when Arsenal fell short and fell away a little bit, you felt that the key for them were the injuries picked up by Ødegaard and Saka. They didn't have both of them on the pitch often enough. Well, here we are with an Arsenal 11, neither Ødegaard nor Saka, and it's not really an issue because they're so much stronger this season.
Absolutely, I think Zubimendi's done well. Here he is on the ball, gives him that sort of player in front of the back two centre-backs, and loves to get on the ball, but scores goals as well. He's been good, but Eze coming in, Madueke coming in, gives them plenty of competition for places.
Gabriel Martinelli with a dipping ball, which Chalobah deals with. Saliba, Jurrien Timber here. Slightly heavy touch, invited the challenge and got the challenge from Jorel Hato. Chalobah for Sanchez, who is being closed down by Victor Gyökeres. Sanchez will very much be hoping that there is no repeat of his really error-strewn performance in the first leg. He also made one huge save, though, otherwise it would have been 4-1 Arsenal.
Absolutely, but you can't give goals away at this level. And neither goalkeeper, for me, Kepa or Sanchez, are good with their feet. And I think if you're a striker tonight in these conditions, you're going to run it down, really put them under pressure, try and knock their confidence.
Sanchez with the clearance. Piero Hincapié with the header. That's our man in charge, Peter Banks. I wonder if when you're a referee and you get given the semi-final, there's a sense of disappointment, because it almost certainly means, you won't get the final. Liam Delap with a little snapshot, never on target.
Yeah, poor control here though. Comes across, and Saliba with a poor touch, and Delap's on it, and really could have taken a touch or laid it back to Fernandez on the edge of the box, took the shot on. Not a great effort from Delap.
2 goals this season from Liam Delap. He has been a substitute as often as he's been a starter, but he will, as a number 9, be feeling the pressure to add to that tally, I'm sure. Here's Gabriel.
Neither team have really got going yet, and I think Arsenal have been taken by surprise the way that Chelsea are playing with that back 5. And they're squeezing the ball high up and saying, go on, pump it long, and we'll deal with it. It's a good ball, though.
Eze on the spin finds Zubimendi. Martinelli giving an overlap to Hincapié. Eze made a little run. Zubimendi instead going to be pragmatic, finds Gabriel. Martinelli. It's a Chelsea throw-in, just got away from him under a spot of pressure from Moises Caicedo. And here is Caicedo finding Enzo Fernandez. Arsenal, of course, were losers at this stage of the competition last season, beaten by Newcastle, who ultimately went on to win the trophy, and who are making a good fist of defending it, but they've got some work to do tomorrow against Man City.
Yeah, and some more injuries as well, I hear. But Arsenal, with a goal up from the first leg, they really should be now, for me, starting to take control of this game, but they can't at the moment. Chelsea have pressurised them out of possession. They can't get anything going.
João Pedro, neatly done. Chased by Saliba. João Pedro. Turning right, turning left, finding Cucurella. Hitting Jurrien Timber. Coming together between the Dutch fullback and the Spanish fullback.
Interesting, Arsenal just dropping off and letting the back three or back five of Chelsea have the ball, and then they go and squeeze it together.
Sanchez clearance. Controlled well by João Pedro, using his body well, but he couldn't find Delap, but he's been fouled by Saliba.
Yeah, Saliba going all the way with João Pedro, but getting too tight and pulling his shirt, giving away the free kick, but it's not in a dangerous area.
Jorel Harto being put under pressure by Madueke. And Delap, a bit too physical on Gabriel, but his physicality out on that right-hand side gives them that option, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can see that, and I think Fernandez on this side as well pull out into wide position so Sanchez can hit them on the diagonals. And it's good to see Delap battling for that with Gabriel, because Gabriel's a big, dominant centre-back who loves to go through centre-forward, so it's good that Delap's giving a little bit back to the centre-back.
Yeah, if you had Pedro Neto or Estevao out there, you couldn't really play that ball.
No, absolutely not going to win much in the air against any of those back players of Arsenal. They're all over 6 foot, some over 6'4" in Gabriel.
Andre Santos into Enzo Fernandez, he nearly lost it. João Pedro chasing, but Kepa is there for Arsenal, and his clearance didn't quite find Gyökeres. Well dealt with by Chalobah. Kepa played 163 matches for Chelsea, Champions League winner with them. It's a foul by Delap on Nkapie.
Yeah, it's a good battle though. Trying to get in behind that Arsenal back line and push them back towards their own goal, but silly free kick to give away again. But it's a good outball for Chelsea, that, as you rightly said, Steve. Good tactically from Liam Rosinha.
Who'll be returning to Hull City in a couple of weeks' time in the FA Cup, where he kind of cut his managerial teeth. He'd been the caretaker manager and an assistant manager at Derby County prior to that, and done the kids at Brighton, but that was his first proper senior managerial job. sure he'll get a great ovation up there as well. He was very unlucky to lose that job, I thought.
Yeah, I thought so. He was doing a very good job there, and then the owner decided to change things around. But it's all worked out for him in the end. He now finds himself at one of the biggest clubs in Europe, and hopefully, being a British coach, he'll do very well here, because we don't have enough of them in the Premier League, that's for sure.
And you could say it's working out all right for Hull as well, actually, who are pushing for promotion into the Premier League. That would be some story. Here's Nkapie for Arsenal. Kepa. We're approaching 15 minutes, and neither goalkeeper has had anything untoward to do as yet. As a man who spent a lot of time in dressing rooms before matches kicked off, when a team sheet came in, was there often furrowing of brows amongst the coaching staff trying to work out what is their formation going to be? Because I think there might have been a bit of that in the Arsenal dressing room.
Absolutely. You go, well, where's he going to play? What's he going to do? And they're going to play two up front. In the end, it's not that. They're playing five at the back, basically, with Delap wide on that right-hand side and João Pedro down the middle. But you try and work out how the opposition are going to work. You do your homework on them. You set up your team thinking that they're going to play a 4-2-3-1 or whichever formation they're going to, and then you do something completely different. So you've got to switch onto it. And Arsenal have found that hard so far, but no worries for them. They still go up, and Chelsea really haven't been very threatening themselves yet.
Robert Sanchez to take this free kick. That's too long, straight from one goalkeeper to the other. Two Spaniards, of course, both with a lot of experience outside of their home country. Indeed, Robert Sanchez has never actually played any senior football in Spain. Martinelli. Madueke taking on Cucurella, who concedes the corner. He's a battler.
That's a good battle, that. Madueke was brilliant at the weekend, wasn't he? He's up against a good defender, a really physical defender tonight, from Cucurella. But now we've got a corner for the Arsenal.
Madueke getting those home fans going. Slightly different corner kick routine. They normally overload that back post.
Well, we have debates that, you do as well, ex players, and say, why don't you leave 2 or 3 players up on the halfway line and see what Arsenal are going to do? And maybe that's just what Chelsea are doing, saying, well, what are you going to do? We're going to sit 2 up there, 1 out there.
Yeah. Take some bodies out, doesn't it?
Yeah. And if you're a goalkeeper who likes to come and punch it or come and claim it, you've got less players to go through.
João Pedro paying no attention whatsoever to the ball. He's only got eyes for Saliba. In comes the Madueke corner kick, and it's the last touch, Chelsea touch, and no, Nkapie.
Well, it's a good ball in. Keeper can't come for that. Could have gone anywhere, but it just comes off the arm of Fofana, actually.
Yeah.
It's not a handball, he's just going for the ball and misses it completely. It just comes off his arm, and that's out for another corner.
Yeah. So we go again. Toward the near post this time, and well defended, actually. Madueke getting it down the line. Eze, Nkapie in a good position, goes for goal, Sanchez, and he's very fortunate that Gabriel couldn't quite react to that, because though he's made the save, he's pushed it straight to the Arsenal skipper.
You're absolutely right. You've got to push that behind for another corner, pushes it back into play, Sanchez. Just couldn't control it. Capier's shot, he's pushing it back into play, and Gabriel just can't control it. The big centre half, not the best of touches. If that falls to a striker, probably it's a touch and in the back of the net.
Sanchez with the clearance. Bounced more than Madueke expected it to. Here's Victor Gyökeres, who's got his goal tally for the season into double figures now. The Swedish international has been a subject of a lot of debate as to whether he's quite of the quality of some of his Arsenal teammates, but he's got 11 goals, and he'll say, well, hold on, I'm top scorer in the team that's top of the league.
Well, you can only keep putting the ball in the back of the net to shut the critics up, but he's getting better with, you know, every game really. He works very hard. Technically maybe not the most gifted, but if you can put the ball in the back of the net, that's what strikers do. And that's what he's starting to do.
It's a free kick. This is again dangerous. 20th minute. Rice with the delivery, headed firmly away by Chalobah, miscontrolled by Cucurella actually. Well, Arsenal have been on top now for the last 4 or 5 minutes, and it's the first time that either side have really been in the ascendancy.
Yeah, and I think it's basically come from getting a corner out on this right-hand side, and the delivery's been excellent. That's asked questions of Chelsea for the first time tonight, and now they've got a little bit more belief on the ball, Arsenal. And Chelsea starting to push up and leave a few gaps at the back, and they've got to get that back line right when they come up. There can't be anybody dropping back in and leaving players on side. To do it together. There's only 20 minutes gone. Still an awful long way to go in this game.
8 years since their last semi-final in this competition, which was won by Arsenal, who were then defeated by Manchester City in the final. Usual suspects. That's a good ball. Martinelli's going to chase this. Gyökeres is in the middle. He's pulled back intelligently, but just behind Eze. Into a great position, but didn't find the red and white shirt he was looking for. Free kick is given, somewhat belatedly, for a foul on Delap.
From his own half, can't be offside. See, this is what I'm on about, this line. If two drop in and one pushes up, you get that space, and Martinelli didn't make the most of it. Actually, should have whipped it across that 6-yard box and give Gyökeres a chance to get on the end of it.
The difference he made, not just him, but he made it half-time in the Chelsea. There's a bit of silliness going on between Cucurella and Zubimendi. Does get involved in stuff like that, Cucurella, doesn't he? I think he loves it, really.
All the time. He loves doing that. Winding players up and getting involved in sort of silly spats like that.
Often booed when Chelsea play away from home. I think he'd be disappointed if he wasn't. Here's Martinelli. Malo Gusto. Chalobah. It's a foul on João Pedro by Saliba, and a free kick to Chelsea.
Yeah, he's done that a few times, William Saliba, just too tight and pull him back. There you go, there's the shirt. Normally that's a yellow card if you pull the shirt.
Caicedo for Enzo Fernandez, Cucurella. Fofana for Delap.
Yeah, it's so tactical at the moment. You see Arsenal all behind the ball, going, OK, we're a goal in front in the first leg. We don't need to chase it too much, but when they do press like this, they've got to do it together.
What by Martinelli? Well, the Lions' share of possession with Arsenal at the moment. Gabriel all the way through to Robert Sanchez. Gabriel with the header and lofted by Rice back to Kepa. Ooh. Gabriel got the shout that Liam Delap was arriving.
Likes of Eze going deeper and deeper, trying to get a touch of the ball, can't get on the ball at all. Mudieke going back deep in his own half, trying to get a touch as well.
Here he is, all the way back to Kepa once again. Rice picked off by Andre Santos. Delap. Moises Caicedo for Enzo Fernandez, and back again. Nicely playing through limited space here. Andre Santos for Gusto, Caicedo. Delap's ball in, Rice with the block, and it's a corner kick to Chelsea.
Well, they kept the ball well. Was there going to be any end product? Not really, but the cross comes in, deflected out for the corner. Chelsea's first corner of the evening, I think.
Yeah, I think times they are very happy to just stay in this tie, really, and frustrate Arsenal, knowing that at some point over the course of 90 minutes, if it says Arsenal 0 on the scoreboard, something might fall their way. Might be now. In goes that corner, driven with some real pace on it. Curled in this time, headed out really well by Gabriel. Chalobah with a slice.
I think he got carried away a little bit there, Chalobah. Touch and volley. Sliced away.
Space for Timber. Cucurella. Well, no foul given as he looked a foul by the Chelsea man on Noni Madueke, former teammate, of course.
Well, there's not a lot in it. I think there was a little kick in the first place with his right foot. But this is the problem for referees these days, Stephen, for us doing the commentaries, is it a foul or isn't it a foul? Players just throw themselves on the floor trying to get fouls these days anyway. It's very difficult, especially if they go down holding their head. You've got to...
The big issues that needs to be addressed, really. I don't know how you address it, but players feigning head injuries in order to waste time, knowing that a referee is duty bound to stop game, it just breaks it up and can sort of halt momentum.
Yeah, absolutely, but I don't know how they change it.
No. It's like the old boy who cries wolf, isn't it? You know, you sort of don't think somebody's hurt, but you can't take that chance because they might be.
Yeah.
Fofana for Chalobah. Arsenal in any of their last 9 meetings since a game here actually in August of 2021 when they won 2-0. Reece James was on the score sheet on that occasion, as was Romelu Lukaku, but no win in 9 since. Foul by Rice on Andre Santos.
Yeah, there'd be no better time than to turn that around against Arsenal, get to a cup final for Chelsea. In that final third, they're keeping possession here, and Arsenal are letting them have the possession here across the back three. And when it goes in certain areas, they're going to squeeze it very tight like this. But Chelsea just can't create anything at the moment.
Oof, Fofana was a little bit lucky not to be dispossessed by Martinelli, who's hunting down enthusiastically. Fofana needed the help that he got from Gusto, and they do get a free kick in the end. Delap, Gusto, Fernandez and Cucurella in the middle, João Pedro arriving. Fofana with a little push on Martinelli, and Arsenal have the free kick. There's a bit of niggle here and there.
Yeah, there always is in this fixture. But I don't know what Fofana's doing there. Martinelli's going back towards his own goal, going nowhere, and you go and foul him and relieve the pressure on Arsenal. Silly foul from the centre-back for Chelsea.
Certainly Arsenal, a side who are used to creating chances with real frequency, particularly at home, have been just tied up a little bit in this first half hour.
Yeah, but it was a little bit like this in the second half against Liverpool, when that 0-0 where Liverpool could have won that, as I said, and then Man United, it was a little bit like that when they lost late on with that fantastic goal against United. But you know, at home maybe the pressure's starting to build a little bit on them. The expectations of the crowd. Why aren't they going forward and scoring goals all the time? Sometimes it doesn't work like that. You just got to keep plugging away as they are tonight.
Gusto just snapping into Zubimendi. Here's Gabriel. Julian Timber, who finds himself in a central midfield position. Timber again, and Declan Rice. Madueke. Andre Santos into João Pedro. Collision from Madueke brings the free kick.
He's done really well there, João Pedro, though. He's under pressure from Gabriel, pushing him back towards his own goal. Protected it really well.
Well, there is Gabriel Jesus, who, along with Calafiori, is just going to go and stretch his legs. Missed an awful lot of football, of course, back from an ACL injury which basically kept him out of the game for best part of a year. And I have to say, I've been very impressed by how sharp he's been since he came back, Gabriel Jesus. I actually think he looks sharper now than he did before his injury.
Yeah, and I think he looks more dangerous in front of goal. And sometimes you've been out for a long time with injury, you do different types of training, you're more powerful when you come back.
Lovely ball by Rice to Madueke. Arsenal stroke. This has been cagier than the first leg. Often in a two-legged tie, it's the first leg that's cagey, and the second it opens up, but it's almost been like that in reverse. Here's Martinelli getting in behind Malo Gusto. Big chance, good turn, good block by Malo Gusto.
Recovered well, Gusto, as you said. Made a brilliant block in the end, but Martinelli, I think he's got to get his shot off quicker. It's poor defending in the first place. Martinelli got to cut across to his right-hand side, then get the shot off. He turns back on his left foot and allows the block to come in, and Sanchez just comes and picks it up. Good defending, Gusto.
Well, it fell kindly. It was a good block from the right back, who's out of position here. Victor Gyökeres hit Andre Santos. Rebounds to Nkapie. Chelsea think he's offside, and he is. It's Smart with the flag.
Yeah, he's not offside there, but afterwards he's offside there, and the ball comes back to him. He's a good metre offside. Flag goes up.
Well, 3 touches so far for the Swedish international. But the king of goal scorers doesn't always touch the ball that often, but doesn't seem to worry Erling Haaland, and it probably doesn't worry Victor Gyökeres.
Yeah, I think he works so hard for the team, though, closing down, running across the line. Sometimes when the ball comes to him, maybe he doesn't have the energy to stick it in the back of the net, but Haaland is just phenomenal for me. What a player.
Timber. Into the last 10 minutes of an intriguing and wet first half. Given away by Saliba, gobbled up by Andre Santos. Purposefully forward from João Pedro, couldn't find Delap though. Enzo Fernandez. Delap.
The problem for Chelsea is they keep the ball into a certain area and then they go backwards, and that allows Arsenal then to get everyone behind the ball. So if they don't move the ball quick enough, Arsenal can get back and get set, and then they're very hard to play through. They end up going backwards.
Sanchez drilled away toward Cucurella. Zubamendi keeping the second ball away from João Pedro. Good challenge in Nkapie on Delap. Here come Arsenal. Martinelli scampering down the line, for Fofana covering well. Amazing really, Fofana's only just passed 50 games for Chelsea. He's been so unlucky with injury, hasn't he? I mean, he's just, every time you think he's getting back, the kind of player that he looked at Leicester City as a very young man, another injury seems to come along.
Yeah, absolutely. Stop, start, and mostly stop than start for him. But when he does play, he gets better with games. They need him to stay fit till the end of the season now, and really push in all the competitions they're in.
Enzo Fernandez for João Pedro. Gusto for Delap. Blocked by Gabriel. Chelsea have a throw-in. They're playing a long game here, Liam Racinia's side.
Yeah,
I mean a long ball. I mean they're going to use every bit of the 90 minutes to get that goal.
Absolutely, but they had 3 players in the box waiting for that cross from Delap. So maybe they just fancy trying to get a goal before half-time. As we said, it's a long way to go in this game. The first goal is going to be so important. Both sides know that.
It's a good foot in from Gabriel. Martinelli, who's been sprightly. And it needed all 3 of them, Gusto, Caicedo and Fofana, but they did the job. And we've got 2 balls on the pitch. Not sure where that one came from. I assume from the crowd, perhaps.
They're all a ball boy down there who threw it back on. I don't know. He could have come on and got it.
They're probably under strict instructions not to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Down at Swansea, wasn't there, with the ball boy? Was that Eden Hazard?
Yeah.
Real goal-scoring opportunities have been, but it's been an enjoyable tactical battle. Sparring at the moment rather than slugging, I think, but that's an error by Saliba and a Chelsea corner.
Yeah, good little ball round the corner. He's hit full stretch for that. Saliba can't control it out for the corner.
Enzo Fernandez is going to take this. Which one of the corner playbook is he going to use? Right onto the fists of Kepa, Andre Santos, Madueke.
Did well the goal. Don't want to be trying to catch those in these conditions.
Cost Chelsea £71 million, Kepa Arrizabalaga. Cost Arsenal 5.
Yeah, incredible. He did very well down at Bournemouth as well, didn't he?
He did, yeah, he did. I thought he did very well, yeah.
For such a big fee, and then they went out and got a younger goalkeeper. He didn't quite live up to the expectations, I don't think, but still had a good career. Still having a good career.
Yeah. Had a loan spell at Real Madrid, of course, as well, from Chelsea, Kepa. And he's still only 31, actually. A fresh face, 31 as well.
Yeah, very young for a goalkeeper. Got another 10 years.
10 might be pushing it slightly, but I don't know. Peter Shilton, Dino's off.
Yes.
Enzo Fernandez for Chelsea. Good effort. Palmed away by the aforementioned Kepa.
Yeah, he read what Fernandez was going to do there, Enzo. And Kepa just moved across and got a good hand on it, pushed it away to safety.
Offside. Well, he hit it well, Enzo Fernandez, and he's popped up with so many important goals this season.
Yeah, it just opens up for him, doesn't it? But you can see what he's going to do, try and bend it in that far corner, and Kepa read it all the way. Comfortable save, really, one for the cameras.
Ten goals this season, the latest of which was in stoppage time on Saturday to beat West Ham and complete that 3-2 comeback. Also came from behind to beat Napoli in the Champions League last midweek, so coming from behind has been a theme for them over the last 7 to 10 days, and they're having to try and do it again, albeit over 2 legs.
Yeah, but I think going into half-time, if it stays like this, I think Liam Rosenior will be pleased with the way his team have handled Arsenal here at home at the Emirates. They're a formidable team, as we touched on, but it's all about concentration and organisation in the second 45 when you've not really played with a back five at all, and except for 45 minutes in this game.
Zubimendi with the free kick. Eze trying to get there, and very nearly did. Very nearly did. That was an awkward height.
Yeah, but what's the goalkeeper doing? Should have come and gathered that.
Enzo Fernandez round the corner. Caicedo, tangle of legs, which included those of the referee, I think.
Andre Santos says it's my ball. Referee says no, it's mine.
If this does go in at 0-0 at half-time, and it looks like that at the moment, you could argue that the game has gone to Liam Rosenior's plan rather more than it has Mikel Arteta's.
I think you're absolutely right. There's only 1 minute to add on as well. I think if it does go in at 0-0, but the problem is for Chelsea is, and Liam Rosenior, is, do I keep playing the same way? When do I have to change if it stays 0-0? How do I force a goal? And that might be bringing this man off Delap. He's worked very hard, but he's not going to go by anybody in that wide right position.
Yeah, that was has been said a few times by coaches over the last year or so. Sometimes it's about the players who finish the game as much as it is the players who start the game, and they have Cole Palmer and Estevao on the bench, both of whom are game changers.
Yes, absolutely, and scorers, goal scorers.
Hato, Caicedo, Cucurella. Oof. Well, had he had a bit more confidence in his right boot, he might have had a go. And Liam Rosenior and Mikel Arteta make their way to the dry of the dressing rooms. We are all square halfway through the second leg of this semi-final. Not too many chances to speak of, a couple of fairly routine saves, one apiece really, Sanchez and Kepa. It is 0-0 at half-time, which means that on aggregate, halfway through the second leg of this all-London semi-final, it is Arsenal 3, Chelsea 2.
Hey, you got any picks tonight?
I'm really liking the odds on points bet.
Oh, yeah? What do you got?
Taking the Raptors to cover the spread.
Really? Okay, well, if you're right about that bet, I'll pose for an argument.
You look wonderful.
Thanks.
Oh.
Think you know sports? Play on PointsBet.
Is it cold in here?
Humans spend 6 years of their lives waiting. James is waiting to see results. Jenna is waiting to give in. End the waiting game. Felix connects you with a doctor online so you can get a weight loss treatment plan that's right for you, delivered straight to your door. Felix, we'll see you now.
Marion has always enjoyed a cozy movie night in. Her husband, however, finds these nights a little uncomfortable. Thankfully, Leon's offers interest-free financing, so you can feel the comfort without feeling cramped. You do you, Marion.
There's nowhere to put these.
Where do I sit?
can't see anything.
Home decors designed for the big game.
What do we got?
Murder.
Hey, Max, you missed me?
The police. What's the crisis here?
Step and squat and step and squat and...
Just like old times.
Shake your time and ring it, go and get yourself a whistle and blow. I just wanna holler when my soul feels free. Now blow. Now blow. Listen to the people in the breeze overseas. Now blow.
New Balance, we got now.
With an all-electric BZ, you can charge down the trails for the win. But you can also recharge at the spa for the weekend. There's a Toyota that makes the most of every season. Get yours at your local dealer today.
Fly last minute without the points hike with your RBC Avion Visa. Switch and get up to 55,000 Avion points, enough for 3 round-trip flights. Your idea of never missing out happens here.
Let me see that yeah! Less scroll, more vibes. However you spice.
Hey, Matt. Matteo, come stai?
Sports Interaction's got him betting on global matches.
Hey, silenzio, huh?
He's never been to Italy.
Unfassbar! Los geht's!
German now?
Blimey, what a touch! Vamos! Vamos, vamos, vamos! Magnifique!
Bet on thousands of weekly games across global leagues. Guys, wait up. Bet with Sports Interaction.
One weekend, 2 unmissable Premier League games. Manchester United host Spurs.
Brilliant goal!
And defending champions Liverpool face Manchester City.
This game is amazing! It is one of football's great rivalries.
Pivotal round of fixtures in the title race.
Juventus, Lazio.
Jonathan David finds the net in the big game.
Roma, Cagliari, 2 teams in need of a boost.
And then hit by Sole. What a season he's having.
Palmer let it run cleverly for Delap, and Delap storms through and was so close to what would be a priceless goal for Chelsea and for him personally to open his Chelsea Premier League account. Finding space and finding a chance was Pascal Gross.
As the header from Šeško, it's a brilliant save though from Dubravka.
Brendan Aronson. The legs of Pope for a corner.
Kyle Walker-Peters, Pablo, he can find him as well. Good save from Sells, twice.
Aveva un gioco che ha ispirato veramente i grandi di adesso anche, e non lo dico io, lo dicono anche i diretti interessati. Fai fatica perché non girano alcune cose e secondo me sotto questo punto di vista Gasperini ha questa tipologia, cioè che tutti devono seguirlo.
With his former Serie A teams both fighting near the top of the standings, Florenzi shared his views on the Scudetto run.
È molto difficile capire se il Milan può vincere lo Scudetto perché comunque ci sono tante squadre attrezzate, l'Inter, Napoli e la Roma che è partita benissimo e che può fare un grande passo avanti, anche se secondo me l'obiettivo della Roma non è vincere lo Scudetto ma entrare nelle prime 4 e andare in Champions. E secondo me si capirà tutto verso marzo e aprile perché comunque Napoli e Inter hanno comunque la Champions e il Milan invece ha solo un obiettivo, quindi va dritto verso quello e bisognerà capire.
Good save from Nicolas. Gladbach's number 1 makes our team of the week. On to the defence first.
Jonathan Tah, who makes it 3-1.
Wolfsburg's Moritz Jens and...
That's a thunderous finish from Bell.
In midfield we have Hoffenheim's Wouter Borger, who makes sure the ball goes.
All the way in.
Werder Bremen's Jens Stay, who...
delivers again.
Heidenheim's Adrian Beck, and from Dortmund, Karim.
Adeyemi to make it 2.
Time for the attack. In Cologne, the hero got on the score sheet twice.
Let's have that Acher's show here.
And of course, this man is also in the team.
Harry Kane!
Alongside Mike.